All right, we're out here driving through South Dakota on our way to visit with the folks at South Dakota Game and Fish, talk about all the great stuff they do, get their hands dirty and wet, managing all this great habitat and land access here in South Dakota, and talk about how conservation is funded. And we'll also be out here visiting with Silencer Central, who's based in Sioux Falls, South Dakota as well. But looking forward to meeting with those guys and discussing what they're doing, how they're supporting conservation, and all the great work that they do.
So when we think of conservation, conservation cannot be done alone. As a state wildlife agency, we are tasked with the responsibility of managing our outdoor resources, associated habitats, and also providing opportunities for those that enjoy doing it. But again, we can't do that alone. Key partners to make that happen, number one, is the industry. The companies and the vendors that produce the outdoor equipment that all of us get to use and enjoy while we're hunting and fishing and doing shooting activities. The excise taxes that are created and come from all of the supplies that are provided by these companies and vendors are a critical component for us to accomplish our conservation goals and objectives. And the people that really make conservation happen are the people that are out there as outdoor users and recreationists. The hunters, the anglers, the trappers, the shooters. We can't thank you enough of the work that you do, the time that you put into it, but maybe more importantly, the time that you commit to the outdoors. And by participating in all of those activities makes conservation happen. Without you, we simply just can't get it done.
A lot of people don't really understand how conservation is funded, where the money comes from. And then if you really think about where most of the money comes from, actually comes from you as the hunter. It's really self-funding. So as more people hunt, more money goes to conservation. So one thing specifically Silencer Central does that we're really excited about is we give away free suppressor silencers to local chapters of conservation groups. Basically, we're giving free certificates, so basically a free silencer. They auction it off at their local chapter. 100% of the proceeds, we give them everything they raise. So even if the silencer is worth, say, $350 and they sell it for $1,000, they get to keep the whole $1,000. This year, we're on track at Silencer Central to give $3 million.
Conservation is a user-pay, user-benefit system. And what that means is the money we put in goes right back to the product we love, whether that's quality habitat, access to that habitat, boat ramps, conservation projects, habitat management. All of that goes back to conservation and what we love each and every day here in South Dakota.
We see all of our individuals that recreate in the outdoors as a partner, and you participating in those activities, buying the ammunitions, the guns, the bow and arrows, the trapping equipment, the shooting equipment, helps generate those resources so that we can go out and do the things that are tasked upon us to accomplish as a state wildlife agency. So we can't thank enough to everybody that does spend time in the outdoors. In fact, we would challenge all of you to go find somebody else that currently isn't and bring them to the outdoors as well.
So if we have customers out there from Silencer Central, we appreciate you being a customer. And we also appreciate the amount of money you as a hunter are giving to conservation.
Thank you for being primary funders of conservation.
So as you can see, South Dakota is a great place to enjoy the outdoors. So get outdoors as much as you can, and thanks for being stewards of conservation.